August 16th, 1977, Memphis, Tennessee, 2:30 p.m. The bathroom floor of Graceland. Elvis Presley is dead. But this story isn't about that death. It's about the other one. The one nobody talks about. The death that happened 2 years earlier, when Elvis was still breathing, still performing, still showing up on stage every night. The death of something more important than a heartbeat. The death of choice. January 1975. The International Hotel, Las Vegas. Elvis Presley stands backstage, 40 years old, 250 pounds, wearing a white jumpsuit that costs more than most people's cars. Rhinestones catch the light, cape draped over his shoulders. Hair dyed black, sideburns perfect. From the outside, he looks like Elvis Presley. From the inside, he feels like a ghost wearing Elvis Presley's costume. His hands shake. Not from nerves, from the pills. 3 different prescriptions swimming through his bloodstream right now. Uppers to perform, downers to sleep, painkillers for everything else. His doctor, Dr. Nick, stands nearby with a small leather bag, always nearby, always ready with whatever Elvis needs to keep the machine running. The crowd roars on the other side of the curtain, 2,000 people who paid $75 a ticket to see the king. They don't know he can barely stand. They don't know he forgot the words to Suspicious Minds last night. They don't know he's been wearing the same jumpsuit for 3 days because he can't fit into the others anymore. Colonel Tom Parker walks over, short, round cigar permanently attached to his mouth. The man who discovered Elvis. The man who made Elvis. The man who owns Elvis. Every decision for 20 years flows through Colonel Parker. Every song, every movie, every Vegas residency, every dollar. You ready, my boy? His accent thick, impossible to place. Claims to be from West Virginia. Actually from the Netherlands. Real name Andreas Cornelis van Kuijk. Illegal immigrant, can't leave the country. Can't let Elvis leave the country either, because then Elvis might discover he doesn't need Colonel Parker anymore. Elvis nods, doesn't speak. What would he say? That he wants to cancel, that he wants to go home, that he wants to do something different. Anything different. Just one night where he's not playing the greatest hits for tourists. Colonel Parker pats his shoulder. Remember, they love you. Give them what they came for. What they came for. The same 18 songs, in the same order for the same people every single night. 2 shows tonight, 2 tomorrow, 2 the night after that. Forever. Elvis walks to his mark. The curtain rises. The lights hit. The roar becomes deafening. He forces a smile, lifts the microphone, opens his mouth. The voice comes out. That voice, still beautiful despite everything, despite the pills, despite the weight, despite the exhaustion that lives in his bones. That voice saves him every single night. But tonight something breaks. Midway through Can't Help Falling in Love. Elvis stops singing. Just stops. The band continues for 2 bars before realizing. The backup singers fall silent. 2,000 people hold their breath. Elvis stands there, microphone at his side, staring at nothing. His mind somewhere else, somewhere far from this stage, this hotel, this life that doesn't belong to him anymore. Sun Records, Memphis, 19 years old, before the world knew his name, before the screaming crowds, before the movies, and the pills and the Vegas residencies. Just Elvis and his guitar and Sam Phillips, saying, that's good, that's different, let's try it again. Freedom, pure creative freedom, the ability to try something, and fail, the ability to experiment, to be bad at something new, instead of perfect at something old. When was the last time he tried something new? When was the last time Colonel Parker let him try? Elvis. The guitarist whispers from across the stage. Elvis, you okay? He blinks, returns to the present. 2,000 faces staring at him. Worried faces, confused faces, some of them starting to whisper. He raises the microphone, says something he's never said before, something Colonel Parker specifically forbids. I'm tired of this song. The audience laughs nervously. They think it's part of the show, some kind of bit. Elvis Presley being playful, being spontaneous, being Elvis. But Colonel Parker isn't laughing. Backstage, his face goes red, his cigar nearly falls from his mouth. Elvis continues. The words just come out. No script, no rehearsal, just truth. You know what I want to do? I want to sing something I've never sung before. Something you've never heard. Something that might be terrible, but at least it would be new. The band exchanges glances. The backup singers freeze. They've been doing the same show for months. There is no improvisation. There is no spontaneity. Colonel Parker doesn't allow it. Elvis turns to his pianist. You know Unchained Melody? The pianist nods slowly. Everyone knows that song. Beautiful ballad. But Elvis has never performed it. Never recorded it. Never even rehearsed it. Let's try it. And here's where the story gets interesting. Because in that moment, Elvis Presley makes a choice. A small choice. Just one song. But the first real choice he's made in years. The piano starts. Soft, gentle. Elvis closes his eyes. Lets the music fill him. Starts singing. And something happens. The voice that's been mechanical for years, that's been performing instead of feeling, that's been giving them what they came for, suddenly comes alive. Raw. Emotional. Vulnerable. Elvis isn't performing anymore. He's feeling. He's present. He's here. The audience doesn't breathe. This isn't the Elvis they paid to see. This isn't the polished Vegas act. This is something else. Something real. Something breaking through the costume and the pills, and the exhaustion. Backstage, Colonel Parker is furious. This isn't the show. This isn't the product they sold. This is Elvis going off script. Being unpredictable. Being dangerous. But the audience doesn't care about the script. They're crying. Actually crying. Because they're watching something they haven't seen in years. They're watching Elvis Presley. Remember who he was before he became Elvis Presley. Song ends. Silence. Complete silence. Then the applause starts. Not the automatic applause of the greatest hits. The earned applause of a real moment. A real performance. Something that mattered. Elvis opens his eyes. Looks at his hands. They're not shaking anymore. After the show, Colonel Parker is waiting in the dressing room. Face red. Cigar chomped between his teeth. What was that? Elvis sits down. Starts removing the stage makeup. That was me singing. That was you breaking the show. We have a format. We have a product. People paid good money for the product. They seem to like it. This time. What about tomorrow when you decide to sing something else? They didn't come to hear. What about when the show runs long? Because you're experimenting. What about when you forget the words? Because you're trying something unrehearsed. Elvis doesn't answer. Just wipes the makeup off his face. Watches Elvis Presley disappear in the mirror. Reveal the tired 40-year-old man underneath. Colonel Parker leans in, voice softer now.
Paternal.
My boy, I understand. You're an artist. You want to create. But you're also a business. A brand. People depend on you. The band. The backup singers. The hotel. The investors. You can't just do whatever you want anymore. Those days are gone. When did they go? Colonel Parker pauses. What? When did the days of doing what I want go? When did someone else start making every decision about my life? My career? My music? When you became successful? Success has responsibilities. Or maybe success has a manager who's afraid of change. The words hang in the air. Dangerous words. Words that question 2 decades of absolute control. Colonel Parker's face hardens. You want to make your own decisions.
Fine.
Make them. Fire me.
Take control of your career.
See how long you last. And there it is. The threat beneath the partnership. Because Colonel Parker knows things Elvis doesn't. Knows about the contracts that lock Elvis into deals for years. Knows about the debts that pile up faster than the income. Knows about the lifestyle that costs $500,000 a month. Knows that Elvis can't afford to fire him.
Can't afford to break free. Can't afford to choose. Elvis knows it too.
Has known it for years. But tonight for just a moment, he forgot. Tonight for 3 minutes and 47 seconds, he remembered what it felt like to choose. I'm going to bed, Elvis says quietly. Colonel Parker nods. Good, 2 shows tomorrow. Same format. Same songs. No surprises. Elvis walks out. His bodyguards follow. Up the private elevator to his suite. The penthouse. 2,500 square feet of luxury, that feels like a cage. He sits on the edge of his bed, still wearing the jumpsuit. Too tired to take it off. Reaches for the prescription bottle on the nightstand. The pills that help him sleep. The pills that stop the thinking. The pills that make tomorrow easier to face.
His hand hovers over the bottle.
But he doesn't take one yet. Instead, he picks up the phone. Dials a number he hasn't called in months. His daughter Lisa Marie, 7 years old, living with Priscilla in Los Angeles. The family he barely sees because Vegas needs him here, performing, being the product. Hello? Priscilla's voice. It's me, Can I talk to her? Elvis, it's midnight in Los Angeles. I know, I need to talk to her. A pause. Then hold on. Rustling. A child's sleepy voice. Daddy. And something in Elvis breaks. Not the dramatic breaking of the bathroom floor 3 years from now. The quiet breaking of a man realizing what he's sacrificed. What he's lost while becoming a legend. Hey baby girl.
Did I wake you?
It's okay. Are you coming home soon?
Home.
When was the last time he felt like he had a home? Graceland is a museum. The Vegas suite is a hotel. Everywhere else is a tour stop. Soon, sweetheart. Soon, I promise. But he won't.
Can't. 2 shows tomorrow.
2 the next day. 2 the day after that. The calendar stretches out for months. Years. Forever. They talk for 10 minutes. Lisa Marie tells him about school. About her friends. About the normal life he's paying for but not part of. When she says I love you daddy, Elvis has to cover the phone so she doesn't hear him cry. After he hangs up, he sits there for a long time, the prescription bottle still on the nightstand. Still waiting. He thinks about the choice he made tonight. One song, one moment of freedom in years of captivity. And he thinks about the price of that choice. Colonel Parker's anger. The broken format. The risk. Was it worth it? He looks at his hands. Still not shaking.
For the first time in months. Completely steady. Yes.
It was worth it. But here's what Elvis Presley doesn't know yet. Here's what makes this moment tragic instead of triumphant. That one choice. That one song. That one moment of freedom is all he gets. Because tomorrow, Colonel Parker will have the contracts ready. Will have the doctors ready. Will have the pills ready. Will have everything in place to make sure it never happens again. Tomorrow, Elvis will take the stage and sing the same 18 songs in the same order. Will smile at the same moments. Will move the same way. Will give them what they came for. Tomorrow, the machine keeps running. Tonight, for 3 minutes and 47 seconds. Elvis Presley was alive.
2 reaches for the prescription bottle.
Takes 2 pills instead of 1. Chases them with whiskey. Lies back on the bed without undressing. Stares at the ceiling. And somewhere between the pills kicking in and sleep arriving, he makes a decision. Not a big decision. Not a dramatic decision. Just a quiet one. That nobody else will ever know about. He decides that someday, somehow, he's going to sing what he wants to sing. Not next week. Not next month. But someday. When the contracts expire. When the debts are paid. When Colonel Parker loosens his grip just enough for Elvis to slip free. Someday, he'll choose again. The pills pull him under. The room goes dark. Outside, the Vegas Strip blazes with lights. The marquee at the International Hotel announces Elvis Presley, 2 shows nightly. Tomorrow, 2,000 people will buy tickets. Will expect the product. Will get what they paid for. But they'll never know about tonight. About the choice. About the song. About the 3 minutes and 47 seconds when Elvis remembered who he was. And they'll never know about August 16, 1977. About the bathroom floor. About the final prescription bottle. About the last choice Elvis Presley ever made. Because here's the truth nobody wants to admit. Elvis didn't die on that bathroom floor. That was just his body catching up to what happened years earlier. Elvis died the day he stopped choosing. The day the machine became more important than the man. The day success became a cage instead of a celebration. He died the first time someone else decided what he would sing, where he would perform, how he would live. He died in increments, piece by piece, choice by choice, until nothing was left except the voice and the jumpsuit and the pills that kept both working. January 1975, the night Elvis sang Unchained Melody for the first and last time, the night he chose, the night he remembered, the night he died and came back to life for 3 minutes and 47 seconds. Some people in that audience still talk about it, still remember, still say it was the best performance they ever saw. Raw and real, and completely different from every other Elvis show. They don't know what it cost him, don't know about Colonel Parker's fury, don't know about the tighter contracts that followed, don't know about the increased medication to keep him compliant, don't know about the price of 3 minutes and 47 seconds of freedom. They just know they saw something special, something real, something that mattered. And maybe that's enough. Maybe 3 minutes and 47 seconds of truth is worth more than 20 years of performance. Maybe one real choice is worth more than 1,000 forced ones. Maybe dying while you're still alive is worse than dying when your heart stops. Elvis Presley taught the world how to move, how to sing, how to rebel, But his final lesson was quieter, sadder, more important. He taught us that success without choice isn't success. It's captivity. That fame without freedom is a cage made of gold. That all the money, all the applause, all the love from strangers means nothing if you can't choose your own life. Who in your life is making your choices? What jumpsuit are you wearing that doesn't fit anymore? What song are you singing because that's what they came for, not what you want to give? Because somewhere between the first contract and the last pill, Elvis Presley lost something more important than his health. He lost his right to choose. And once you lose that, nothing else matters. Not the voice, not the fame, not the legacy. You're already dead, just waiting for your body to figure it out.